Hello everybody.
Hi guys, how's everybody doing today?
Welcome to Epcot. We are here to do our second round of food and wine here at the International Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah, this is something that we've been hitting Magic Kingdom a lot. We've been going to other parks, and so we haven't been coming to food and wine as often as we would like because there's only so many days that we're able to come here.
Right.
And so we were hanging out at home and decided, you know what? Let's take a last-minute trip to Epcot. Let's check out what they've got going on. We've seen some posts, we've seen some videos, and we have to try all this stuff for ourselves.
Yeah, it's an absolutely beautiful day here in Orlando. We just couldn't wait, or we just couldn't waste our time inside. So we decided to get off our couch and come here to Epcot and try some food. So come along with us, we'll try some things and we'll let you know what we think.
I can't wait.
All right, everybody, we decided to make our first stop here at the International Food and Wine Festival.
I'm so excited about this one.
We saw a lot of recommendations about this one, so we decided to go try it for ourselves.
Yeah.
So over by the old Mouse Gear, right over here next to Test Track, before you go into World Showcase, is a booth called Flavors of Fire. And there was one dish in particular that we were told was incredible, and that is the corned beef corner route. And it sells for $5.25. And it has smoked corned beef with crispy potatoes that are kind of like potato chips, with cheese curds, pickled onions, and beer cheese fondue.
So it smells really good.
And I love corned beef. Corned beef is absolutely incredible.
And
so
it
salty,
looks really
so
good. Yeah.
If you want a good savory dish, have something with corned beef and have something with cheese.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
That sounds absolutely amazing to me. So we're gonna try this with you guys here, and we'll let you know what you think. If you want to give us a minute to give it a whirl. I'm gonna get a chip here. We did sanitize our hands before we used our forks and everything here. So I got some corned beef. I got a cheese curd right here. I'm gonna put that right on the chip.
Ooh, a cheese curd. I need one of those.
Oh yeah.
All right, ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it. Oh. So that beer cheese fondue is very overpowering, but that's a good thing. It's really good. It's a really good cheese sauce.
It's a very smooth cheese. The corned beef is really moist and juicy, and it has a really good flavor. All the flavors together really blend very, very well.
I'd say the only thing that I would take even a point off for this dish is the chip kind of tastes a little stale. How about you?
I was about to say I really like the chip actually.
Okay.
But what's fun about coming to Food and Wine is there's stuff that, you know, he likes and I don't,
right,
and I like and he doesn't. But I feel like anytime we eat at Disney and we have these chips, you're not the biggest fan of them.
And we're all about honesty.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to steer you guys wrong.
Yeah.
But everything else and the combination with the chip is really, really good. I would totally recommend this. Like I said, it sells for $5.25. Has a bunch of savory different items on it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna really enjoy the heck out of finishing this here.
This is a fantastic mixture. This is, I would say, a must-have for anybody who enjoys beef and cheese.
Oh yeah.
So we have our second food item, second and third actually.
We made our second stop for 2 items.
Yeah.
So we just went to the Hawaii booth, which is actually right across from the Starbucks over by Journey into Imagination.
And if you haven't been to Disney in a while, they actually made a building.
Yes.
And so they built a building, so it's right across from there, and the new beautiful bathrooms that they built.
So there's a couple of really delicious items that caught our eye when we were walking by. It's a couple of island-themed items, you know, more so like pineapple-y type of things. And there was 2 items. There was a Kalua pork slider, which sounded really good to me. And that's served with sweet and sour Dole pineapple chutney and spicy mayo. And then we also saw, this sounds really curious to me, because I love Spam. You know, that ham that you get out of the can and you put it in the pan and you fry it up. Spam. Teriyaki glazed Spam hash, which comes with potatoes, peppers, onions, and also has a little bit of spicy mayo on it as well. So we're gonna try both of those with you guys here today. I know I'm really excited about trying both of these. What are your thoughts?
This is gonna be a hard thing to win me over. One thing that you guys don't know about me, but Bill knows about me very well, is that I don't like stuff that's sweet that is normally savory. And we got pineapple mixed in both of these dishes. So I'm one of those people who doesn't believe pineapple goes on pizza. And so I am going to be the toughest critic on this dish.
So real quick, just because I noticed by looking into the camera here, I still have my mask on. So Danie does not have her mask on. Why is that, you ask? Because when you're stationary and you're eating or drinking, you are allowed to take your mask off. I just completely forgot that it was still on, so I'm gonna take it off right now because I don't want to shove that stuff through my mask. That'd be pretty gross.
Honestly, I feel like when you start to wear a mask like 40,
you almost don't even realize it's
40
on.
to 60 hours a week, like you don't notice it. And I'm gonna be honest, the other day I was at work, I opened a bottle of water and I still had my mask on and I tried to drink water through my mask.
Did it go through?
No, but it got very wet.
That means your mask worked really well.
My mask did its job. But yes, that is why Bill probably forgot to take his mask off.
Yep, we started the video. She didn't tell me that I was wearing it. I didn't realize I was wearing it. But here we are, about to try the 2 delicious items from Hawaii.
Yeah.
So let's go with the pork slider first. So let me show you guys here. Danie already showed you, but it comes separate here. The top, we'll put the top on, but let me use a spoon here to scoop everything on there to get the full effect.
And we did already sanitize our hands. We always bring our hand sanitizer with us to make sure that we're properly sanitized before we eat.
We'll scoop that chutney and the spicy mayo up on top of the slider like that. We'll put the top on, give it a whirl.
See how this goes.
See you on the other side.
Of the sandwich.
I like that a lot.
Okay, here we go.
It's messy, but I like it. What do you think? It has like because of the spicy mayo, it almost gives it like a sushi feel. Even though it's not, raw pork. It's pulled pork.
Raw pork would be a bad thing.
That would be a problem. But it's really good. I like the chutney and the Dole pineapple taste.
I actually kind of like it.
Plus the spicy mayo gives it a little bit of a kick. I really, really enjoyed that. That was really good.
I want to try another bite of that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because, like
See
I
if
said,
it's even better on the second try. Yeah? Is that a yay or nay for the people? That's a yay?
yeah.
All right. Yeah, no, it's a huge yay for me. Big time thumbs up. I was on the fence about getting this because I definitely wanted to try the Spam hash. But then I saw that up there. I was like, you know what? Let's go for it. We're here at Epcot.
I'm really surprised at how good this is. Especially because a second ago I told you guys I was going to be the hardest person to win over when it came to this sandwich.
Right.
But that's really good.
It's really good.
That's shockingly
I'm
good.
gonna have the last bite, and if you want, you can go ahead and try the Spam hash.
Sure. So the Spam hash, the teriyaki glazed Spam hash again, is served with potatoes, peppers, onions, and spicy mayo.
So spicy mayo, another featured item on this dish, which I think totally made that slider.
This is a very excellent spicy mayo. And one thing that we haven't really talked about on the show because it hasn't really been relevant is we love sushi.
Oh.
We are a sushi household.
We've been searching all over the Orlando area for, places we can go get all-you-can-eat sushi or places that have, notoriously good sushi.
Yeah.
And we found a couple of spots recently. We'll go over those spots in a different video with you guys some other time.
Yeah, maybe one day we'll do an episode about some of our must-haves off property.
There's 2 for sure really good all-you-can-eat sushi places within 15 to 20 minutes of Disney.
Yeah.
So if you're a family on vacation looking for sushi, we may have a place for you.
Yeah.
But let's give this Spam hash a whirl.
You want to try with the spoon?
Yeah,
I'll try with the fork.
I'll spoon it.
I'll fork it.
Teddy. All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Here we go.
Here we go.
I can't describe what that is. I taste a lot of pepper in there. Like actual peppers, not like sprinkled peppers.
Go that way.
But
It's
really good.
So whatever's going on in here, there's
Went down my throat.
there's a little bit of spice, like there's a little bit of a kick to it, which is
Yeah.
probably what's making you choke.
Like a piece of pepper went down the wrong side.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really fruity flavor. Wow, I can't talk. It's a really fruity flavor with the potatoes and the peppers and onions. It almost seems like it has some of that Dole juice in there as well.
So yeah, what I would say is the Spam mixed with the pineapple, mixed with the spicy mayo and the pepper, somehow all blend very well.
Yeah.
And when you walked up and said, I want to try this, I was like, nah. But I feel like one thing that we've learned at Food and Wine is
Try it. If you don't like it, you don't like it, and you move on.
I feel like there have been very few things that we've had that we really don't like. But
Right.
let's do it. Let's get another bite in just to give it a go. So cheers.
Here we go. I really like how soft the cooked peppers are, because I love sautéed peppers and onions, but I cannot do either one of them raw. These are really well done. They're super soft. They kind of melt in your mouth almost. And the hash, the Spam is a really nice touch to the hash.
What I would say is also
Keep eating.
the sweet isn't as overpowering
Agreed completely.
that I thought as I thought it was going to be. Because like I said, I don't like when stuff is overly sweet that should be more savory.
This is excellent.
Yeah, and
I'm
it's
loving
almost
this.
like the sweet and the savory blend. I would say it's like what, 75% savory, 25% sweet.
It's
like,
definitely not too sweet, for sure.
So for those of you guys who come here and want to try something like this, and you're concerned about the sweet factor, I would say if you like things just a little bit sweet, like something unique, this is definitely a must-have.
All right, so let's vote on the slider. Thumbs up or thumb down?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. And let's vote on the Spam hash. Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Surprisingly, thumbs up for both of
Two
these.
thumbs up for
Two
me.
thumbs up.
I really love that. So get to Epcot, get to the Hawaii booth, and try both things.
And so this is booth number 2. Let's keep going.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back for round 3
Round 3
of Food and Wine. We are here inside World Showplace. We're inside.
love it here.
It's so nice to be out of the sun. It's nice and cool inside.
There's tables everywhere, there's places to sit down, but since we wanted to stand up and record this video, we wanted to make sure that we had plenty of space, and so we grabbed a standing up table.
Yes.
We tried to get away from
Tried.
children.
We tried to.
Only because I think this is a place where a lot of people bring their kids to cool off.
Yes.
It's not terribly hot today.
No,
but
in the sun it's really hot. In the shade it's really nice, and then inside here is impeccable.
yeah, so if you hear kids crying, give them a little grace because they're just trying to cool down. But again, we are at our 3rd stop
Yes.
for Epcot Food and Wine Festival today,
And
we got one of our favorite things.
There are 2 things in this dish that I am kind of a connoisseur for. Mm-hmm. There's lobster, because I'm from New England, and we love our lobster up there
They
in
do.
New England.
Trust me.
And then there's mac and cheese, which I think I am kind of a mac and cheese connoisseur.
I would say so.
Anytime we go out to eat and I see some sort of mac and cheese in the menu, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, it's true.
And I am so down to have this again because we had it the first time. We're not gonna tell you what we thought the first time, just because you want us to watch our live reaction here. But we're gonna have this lobster mac and cheese again. And the description says it is served with boursin, garlic, and fine herbs cheese sauce, lobster cream topped with herbed panko. Now, if you can see from the video here, the lobster cream is very kind of orange, like a lobster bisque. And it is really, really tasty. And the mac and cheese looks super creamy, and there are huge chunks of lobster on this dish.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty pumped to have this dish here, because I know the past couple times I've had it, there hasn't been this much lobster. So more lobster, more fun for us. So let's put it down. Let's give it a whirl here.
I don't even try doing like a
No,
Boston
don't
accent
try.
because it ends up turning like New York, and
It'll be like me trying to do the yeehaw Texas accent.
That's not a Texas accent.
That's what everybody thinks it is.
Well,
All right, so I'm gonna take a nice big piece of lobster. Look at that. Ooh, daddy. Nice big piece of lobster. Gonna get some mac and cheese. Gonna get some of that cream sauce.
oh my gosh, I can't even.
Danny's struggling over here.
The thing is, the lobster pieces are so
Huge.
big that I'm
She's got a
actually
nice claw
struggling.
right there. Look
we
at
go.
that. All right, here we go. Let's cheers. Here we go. So, inside World Showplace, there's 4 different booths. There's a mac and cheese booth, which is amazing. That baby is really loud. There's an Appleseed Orchard booth. There's a Festival Favorites booth, and then I believe there's a dessert booth that has these amazing looking cake pops that we might have to try as well.
Yeah.
But this mac and cheese booth here and this lobster dish from the mac and cheese booth, by far the best thing you're gonna have in here.
And I want to say that once the parks reopened, we came to Food and Wine, I think, and this is one of the first things that we got to try, and we were like, oh, it's so wonderful to be back at the parks, because park food is so much fun to try.
It is, especially during the festivals.
Yeah, there's other things that we've tried, and so this by far has been one of the best things.
They actually do offer several mac and cheeses at this booth. It's not just lobster for those of you who don't like seafood. There's a what they call a gourmet mac and cheese that has the boars and garlic and herbs sauce, and it's topped with the herb pasta or herb panko. And then there's also a buffalo chicken mac and cheese that has all that same cheese sauce, and it has blue cheese, carrots, and celery in there as well, along with some sliced buffalo chicken. And then there's also a fourth option that just says mac and cheese, but it's actually plant-based, and I believe the pasta is plant-based, and I think the Italian sausage that's in it is impossible. Is that correct? And
it's impossible to enjoy because it's not very good.
I did not like that at all, and we tried all four the first time we came here, and it was like by far the 4th out of 4.
Yeah, the problem with the mac and cheese, if you try something that doesn't have any dairy, after having like the gourmetest of the gourmet mac and cheese before then, and then you have, you know, a vegan cheese, it just
doesn't taste as good.
It did not stand up
Nothing
very
against
well.
vegans and, you know, the vegan lifestyle, but it just doesn't taste as good.
If you're like us and you're trying everything just to, like, you know, get a chance to try their different offerings, you love mac and cheese the way we do, you know, you can try it for yourself, but I tried it and I was so excited about it, and that's the one mac and cheese I was greatly disappointed with.
So that giant piece of lobster that I just had in this dish was fantastic. It wasn't cold, it was warm, it was nice, and it was juicy. And this might be my favorite portion of this that I've had so far, and I think I've had this 3 or 4 times. So strongly recommend. Thumbs up from me. Thumbs up from you.
So terrible.
So terrible that she can't even bear to give a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Perfect. So we're gonna move on to another booth. We may go try one of those cake pops that are back here over here at World Showplace.
The line was fairly long, so we're gonna see what that looks like. But
otherwise, we're gonna go around World Showcase and try other things and take you guys along with us. So stay tuned.
Goodness, it's smoking. Woo! Is it hot?
No, it's very cold.
Oh my goodness.
It's frozen!
Flip it around so we can see the other side.
Ooh. We are back for round 4. And just as we said in our previous video with the lobster mac and cheese, you know, that dessert was really tempting. And as we were walking out, we were kind of, you know, on the fence about if we wanted to have a cake pop or not.
Yeah.
But the second we saw them dipping it into the liquid nitrogen, we were in.
Yeah.
We decided to go get one.
The other thing was, when we first walked in, the line was fairly long.
It was.
And on our way out, there was no line. And so I was like, do you want a cake pop? And the answer was yes.
The answer is always yes when you want a cake pop.
However, in the past, we have tried the Twix cake pop. I personally thought, from what I remember, the Twix pop was okay.
It was okay. I love Twix.
Yeah.
But it was okay.
So we're hoping the M&M one might be more to our liking. But again, that's what's fun about Food and Wine. You're not going to love everything, but you get to try all sorts of different stuff.
Well, here's the thing. When you dip already cold stuff into liquid nitrogen, it becomes hard as a rock. And when I ate the Twix bar last time, I thought it was really hard, almost like eating like a rock that you pick off the ground right when you got it on the stick.
Yum.
So we decided to let this one sit for a little bit and melt a little bit before we started to eat it. So we came outside here with the beautiful World Showcase Lagoon in the background.
So let's give them a close-up look at that cake pop. So
there's 3 different kinds. There's the Twix one that we mentioned. There's a plain chocolate one that looks like this. This is the back side of ours. And then we got the M&Ms.
Boom.
So we're really excited to try this. You want to give it a whirl first?
Sure.
All right, I'll let you be the official Park Hopper taste tester. Go for it, Dan. It already looks way softer than last time. How is it? Good? All right, here we go. Yes.
So I will say that already the M&Ms give a much better crunch to this cake pop. It's just the right kind of chocolate too. I really like milk chocolate. Bill likes dark chocolate and milk chocolate.
I do.
But I prefer milk chocolate, and this is that just very rich milk chocolate.
Yeah. And pro tip, 100%, let it sit for like 5 minutes before you eat it. Because this is so much more enjoyable to me now that it's softened up a little bit and it's not like biting a rock. And that first bite, that cake was super moist. The chocolate on the backside just kind of melted in your mouth, and then you get a good crunch from the M&Ms. So it was a perfect little, one bite. It was fantastic. So I'm gonna take another one, make it a second bite.
This is also surprisingly better than what I remember the first one being.
Well, the first one we had was also in July. So maybe, with people's feedback, like we're giving now, maybe some tweaks here and there, they may have made it better.
So I'm not gonna lie, if there was one thing that I could change about this, I would put M&Ms on both sides.
Okay.
Because the thing is, it's not like a ton of M&Ms, it's just enough to make it covered in M&Ms. However, I just wonder if it had another sprinkle of M&Ms on the other side, if I could change anything, that's what I would do. But 100%, I like this one much better.
The cake is like that perfect consistency where it's not like super moist, but it's also not dry.
Yeah.
And it's cold, it's refreshing. I would give this a solid 2 thumbs up for a food and wine dessert.
And one thing that, as you subscribe and watch our YouTube videos, you will find that we're kind of picky about our desserts. We're not big dessert people. So I know that some people hear that and go, what? Not dessert people? But we're just picky. Like if we go someplace and we can either choose something savory or something sweet, we usually go with something savory. And that's individual or together. So it makes it easier to try a bunch of stuff that we are interested in trying when both of us like it.
But every once in a while you want to top your meal off with something sweet. And I think this cake pop here from World Showplace is an absolutely perfect example of something that's not too much, it's not too sweet, and if you like chocolate, you're gonna enjoy the heck out of it. So, big thumbs up from me, big thumbs up from Danie. We're gonna keep moving around World Showcase until Epcot closes at 7 o'clock, and we'll see you at our next stop.
So here we are at booth number 5. Now we are in Brazil right now, and we decided to try something that we've actually walked by quite a few times.
I know.
And that is the cheese bread from
Yes,
Brazil.
the Brazilian cheese bread.
It's literally bread stuffed with cheese.
So now, for those of you guys who are asking, what are you talking about Brazil? Brazil is not part of World Showcase. Well, during Food and Wine, it is. It's actually located in between France and Morocco. It's a booth. It's that you just walk up to. It's a standalone booth. It's not a country. There's not a whole lot of things from Brazil that you can buy outside of the food.
Yeah. But hopefully the food is good enough to where you don't need anything else.
Exactly. So, we got really lucky here. I don't know if this is a normal thing or not. I think it might be, but we got 2 essential buns, I guess, of cheese bread. I thought it was going to be one big piece that we're going to have to share. But for this video, we're going to be able to take a bite out of our own buns. So,
Yay.
Our cheesy warm buns.
Ready?
You ready to try?
I'm ready to try
Let's
our
do it.
cheesy warm buns.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Holy cow. That's everything I was dreaming it would be. I don't know what kind of cheese is in here, but it is so gooey.
Which is the only time that you want something that's gooey is when it's cheese.
But take a look. I'll show you kind of like a cross section here. I'll open this up. Look at all that cheese that's in there, guys.
Open it.
It looks so
Ooh,
good.
my
Oh my
goodness.
god, it's falling apart. It's warm. It's soft. It tastes like it's fresh out of the oven. The cheese in there is just like gooey consistency. Man, this is good.
I'm curious how they make it, because I'm wondering if they have like a cheese ball and then they cover it.
Maybe.
Because it's so perfect in terms of like the bread that's filled with cheese. I'm just wondering how they do it. They probably do it, you know, fairly easily.
And I didn't look at it before. I didn't know if they maybe do it the same way you do like a jelly donut, where you inject the cheese in. I don't know if that's the case, but I didn't see a hole or anything that was too apparent. But wow, this is really good. Strongly recommend, guys. This cheese bread is fantastic.
For those of you guys who like bread and cheese, which
has a really good aftertaste to it too.
There's a lot of people.
Warm, gooey, buttery, has a great aftertaste. Strongly recommend. Big time thumbs up from me.
Big time thumbs up for me too.
Definitely try this again.
I mean,
again, Brazil located between France and Morocco. What were you gonna say, Danie?
I was gonna say, I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Ooey gooey goodness.
When you eat bread and cheese. Like, if I could have more thumbs, I would give them to this cheese bread. For sure,
for sure. So with that said, we're gonna move on. We only got about an hour left of time here at Epcot today. So we're gonna try to get in maybe 1 or 2 more dishes. But, you know, until the next stop, we'll see you real soon. 6. Booth number 6, that is.
We are making our way around World Showcase, and we have hit our 6th booth.
Mm-hmm.
And this is actually something we've tried before.
But not this specific dish, but something very similar from Spice Road Table here in Morocco. They have an appetizer called Hummus Fries. And, you know, you read that on the menu, you're like, how does that work? Because hummus is like, almost like a paste.
Yeah, it's like a paste.
And you're like, how does that work? How are you gonna have hummus fries? But they work, trust me, they are delicious.
So they're excellent. We actually had them for the first time on New Year's Eve. We came here, our friends made reservations at this restaurant, and I had something else as part of my meal, and it wasn't very good. I can't remember what it was for the life of me. But they brought over some hummus fries instead, and since then we've loved them.
Oh man, they're so tasty.
But you can also order them at the bar if you want to like have them to go. At least you could pre-COVID. So you should still be able to, as long as the bar is open, order these hummus fries to go. But we don't have to do that right now because they're actually available at Food and Wine.
So these aren't actually traditional French fries. Danie's going to show you the plate here. So they're almost like rectangular cubes.
Got some cucumber, some sauce on there. They're absolutely delicious. So we're gonna go ahead and, well, they've been delicious in the past.
Yes, these are spicy hummus fries as part of Food and Wine. So we haven't had the spicy ones. We just had the regular hummus fries from the Spice Road Table.
Yeah, and the other thing is it usually doesn't come with cucumber.
Yes.
Now, I love cucumber. What about you?
I'm indifferent about cucumber. I do like cucumbers in salads, but when cucumbers are in things that don't really belong, like we've had cucumber in sushi, I think it kind of taints the taste a little bit.
I love it, but I also love pickles and...
Sure, yeah, you're a pickle girl.
Yeah, I am a pickle girl.
You love your pickles. But I'm okay with cucumbers. We'll give it a whirl. We'll try the dish as it was meant to be tried, and then we'll go from there. So let's dig into some cucumber and some spicy hummus fry and some sauce, and it's falling apart on me. All right, here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh, spice is kicking in. For those of you who don't know about me, I can't do super spicy food.
Specifically buffalo, I feel
Specifically buffalo, like the cayenne pepper kind of kills me.
So, a couple quick thoughts about these particular fries. They're a lot softer,
yes,
I think, due to the sauce being on them.
This fell apart a lot easier than the other ones.
The cucumber adds a really nice crunch.
It does.
But these are fairly hard to eat.
The other ones you can kind of just pick up. They're like hard cubes, but they're soft in the middle. But these are a little bit softer, like Danie said, because of the sauce. But they're still good. It's a little spicy for me. So if you can't handle spice, I may shy away from this dish. But I'd say all in all, it's pretty good. The further I go into this dish, the more kind of cakey this becomes.
It's almost mushy.
But yeah, so I'm not a huge fan of that. because the hummus fries are so crispy on the outside from Spice Road Table, and you can pick them up and dip them in the sauce and eat them that way. But this way, like just sticking a fork in it, it's kind of falling apart. So I'm not a huge fan of that. But the taste is good. I can't complain about that. What do you think?
So, my thoughts on this are, it's very good, but it's way more expensive to get it at Food and Wine than it is to get it at the bar. And at the bar, they give you some really solid shaped fries with a dip. And so I think that's the way to go with the hummus fries.
Yeah. It's definitely a bigger portion for like $1 more over at Spice Road Table. I think this is the most expensive dish we've had today. It was $8.
Yeah. What would you give this a thumbs up?
I give it a thumbs sideways. I can't decide if I want to go up and down. I'd lean towards more down, but I do like the flavors. So I'm caught in the middle. I'll say thumbs medium.
So I'm gonna go with thumbs medium also. However, I will say that this is actually the least pleasing thing we've had today.
Oh, but keep in mind, we're not being paid by Disney to be out here. We're out here spending our own money, letting you guys know what kind of value that you're going to get here at Food and Wine. And, you know, we were actually telling the truth about how really good everything we've had so far has been today. But it has fallen below expectations. And it kind of makes me sad because I love hummus fries. So with that being said, we're going to move on to probably our final booth of the day. We don't know which one it is, but say goodbye to our friend Spaceship Earth in the background here.
Spaceship Earth.
And until the next booth, we'll see you again real soon.
It's our last booth of the day.
Number 7.
So we actually made our way across the other half of World Showcase, and we realized that we'd actually already tried a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff we didn't want as much, and some of the stuff we'd already tried, but we thought we were done. But then we saw our last booth, and it had what's called the Impossible Meatball.
Now, Impossible, it's possible because it's sitting here right in front of us.
Yeah.
But Impossible is a plant-based company that makes burgers and meatballs and pretty much anything you replace meat with. They make actually an unbelievably good tasting meat supplement.
Places like Qdoba have their crumble.
Burger King has a Whopper.
Red Robin has their burger.
It's the closest to hamburger that I think you're gonna find in the veggie market.
I totally agree. And there was a hot minute where I cut some meat out of my diet just to see if I could. But I wanted to add in things like the Impossible Burger. And it was really helpful to be able to swap out like beef for the Impossible Burger. Some people say that, you know, if you swap that out every once in a while, it helps decrease your carbon footprint. And so every time we have tried this, the Impossible Burger, it has been good. But we've never had an Impossible Meatball.
No, until now.
Until today.
Thank you, Earth Eats booth at Epcot, which is located to the left of Disney Traders. Disney Traders is right over here. If you head towards Mexico from Future World, you know, it's the first booth that you pass on your left is Earth Eats. Now, just let's take a moment here to appreciate this Disney sunset we got going on behind us here.
It's gorgeous.
Setting over Spaceship Earth. Take a look at that. Ooh. Ooh.
And right now it's 84 degrees outside.
It's so nice out here in Florida when the sun goes down. It's not muggy today, which is really nice. But back to business. Now, this isn't just some simple meatball that's sitting on a plate in front of us. Take a look at what this dish looks like. This is kind of crazy. It's in some sort of crazy, like, almost like a pita pocket type deal with some sauce.
So Danny,
take it out of here so I don't knock it over. But you see the giant meatball in there. There's a toothpick in there holding it in place. But this is a lot more of a mouthful than I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to get a fork and, you know, just kind of eat it, but it looks like almost like a sandwich.
Yeah. The way it's decorated, we've got like the meatball, and then it has like some onions and peppers, it looks like.
Yeah.
And so
I'll move this around a little bit.
all of that was kind of gathered at the very end of it's not a taco, but like the
half shell.
The half shell. So want to make sure that we get a little bit of everything in these bites. So
I'm going to take a bite here. I'm going to get plenty of Impossible Meatball there, and then I'll let Danny take a bite, and then we'll talk about it. Ooh.
Wonder what it tastes like. we go.
That outside shell is very interesting. It almost tastes like if you took pasta that was fully cooked, then you let it get cold, and then you put it like in a toaster oven. It's like almost like hard pasta, but not hard like it wasn't uncooked. That's a really terrible description. But it's like, it's not quite pita.
I don't think it's a bad description.
It's like harder than pita, but it's not as
bit?
hard as like uncooked pasta.
Yeah.
I find the more you chew this dish, the more flavors come out.
It seems like there's herbs and spices in the wrap, whatever the wrap is.
I think it's really good. I like the flavor of the Impossible stuff, and this feels like it almost has a little bit more added into it. Plus the cream sauce that's in there and the veggies, plus the wrap that it's in. I think everything kind of really combines really well. And it's a smaller dish. It's smaller than the other ones. I believe the price point was $5.50, if I remember right.
So, my thoughts on this is that I wish it wasn't a meatball. I wish it was like
a scrambled?
A scramble almost. Because I think it would taste better with like the onion and the pepper.
Where you get the meat in every bite rather than the ball kind of sliding around.
Yeah, the ball is like sliding back and forth, so it's hard to get we have less meatball than we do the rest of the sandwich.
Yeah, completely agree.
But it's really good. It's just, I wish the construct of this food was a little different, but I would get it again. If this came in like a full meal with like a side salad or some fries or something, I would get this in a heartbeat. It's delicious, it's fresh, it's flavorful. Sign me up. What do you think?
Oh yeah, 100%. This is definitely a thumbs up from me. Flavors are really good. I would definitely get this again. I don't know if I'd put it ahead of, 4 or 5 of the dishes that we had today, but it's definitely better than the bottom 2 for sure.
It's definitely better than the hummus fries, which I would say was probably our bottom dish today.
Completely agree with that.
But let's wrap up how we feel about this. What do you think? Thumbs up?
Thumbs up from me.
Thumbs up.
All right, well, that wraps up our fantastic day here at the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival.
Epcot is now closed. It's 7 o'clock, and they're going to make us leave.
Yeah, unfortunately. So with the beautiful Spaceship Earth in the background, we decided to say goodbye to you guys right where we started. And overall, I'd say it was a great day here at Epcot. We had 7 different dishes. At least 5 of them were absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, well, we went to 7 booths. We actually had more than that.
That's true, we had 8.
Yeah, and let me ask you, what was your favorite dish today?
I would say my favorite dish, honestly, it's tight between the corned beef nachos and the lobster mac and cheese, but I'm gonna have to go with the corned beef nachos.
That's what I was gonna say, so I guess I'm gonna have to go with the lobster mac and cheese.
Okay, perfect.
But we had a wonderful day at Epcot. Food and Wine Festival is always so much fun, so if you can be here, come try things that you didn't think you were gonna like. A lot of times we try stuff that we're not really sure if we're gonna like, and they end up being awesome.
For real.
So that's part of the fun of coming to Epcot. You get to try something new, you get to experience getting to walk around on a beautiful floor today, and I have no complaints. What a gorgeous day today to come to Food and Wine Festival.
Absolutely. So with that being said, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys for checking out our video. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for any notifications for when we have videos that are uploaded.
Yes.
And until next time,
we'll see you around the parks.